All right. I think we can start now. Um, Hi everyone. Welcome to Euron. My name is Sachin Mishra, and I'm working as a data scientist over here, and I welcome you, all of you, over here in the business analyst, master's class. This is a very introductory session. This is you can consider it as a orientation session. Um, so let me share my screen, and then we will talk, for a few minutes. Um, just confirm once my, screen will be visible to you. Mm. Okay. Let me know once you are able to see my screen. You can give me confirmation from the chat or, by unmuting yourself as well. Okay. I can see some of the chats. All right, cool. Great. So yeah, before we, start anything, there is two important thing I want to tell you. One is like if you, want to talk or say something, or, if you have any kind of questions or doubt in between, either you, unmute yourself and ask me the question directly, or, you can raise the hand. That feature is available inside your Zoom, or you can, write it inside the chat box. All right. So that you can obviously do. And with that, let's get started. So once again, welcome everyone to this Euron Power BI. Um, actually Business Analytics Masters class, and this is a live class. Let me show you the schedule for this. When you go to your Euron page, over there we have this particular class, Business Analyst Mastery Bootcamp, and we will have lectures on Saturday, Sunday, which you are already aware of it. But this is the whole syllabus. You can go through it, right? And this is myself. I'm working as a data scientist like from last 4.5 years. So you can consider myself as a instructor who can teach this particular course. Okay. Now, what we are going to cover in this particular business analyst mastery bootcamp. So we are going to cover with very fundamental thing like what is business analyst, what they do in their day-to-day basis on their job basically. Uh, these are the syllabus which I hope you have already gone through it. We are also going to cover the statistics part of it. We are going to cover the SQL, advanced SQL for business case analysis, Power BI, and then Tableau. And we are going to do some real world projects as well, which we do inside the industry. And those are domain specific related projects. Okay. So these are some your entire syllabus we have. Uh, okay. Now, before we go ahead into the syllabus detail orientation session, let me show you some of the features which we have in the Euron. One thing you can do is you can go to this work and learn section of Euron, where you can get the real experience. So let's suppose if you are already working professional and want to transition yourself into the this business analytics or data analytics or anything for so you can go and enroll yourself over here for work and learn, where you are going to work on the real world projects on your domain. And this is not a toy project, or you can say simulation kind of projects. It will be real kind project. So you are going to get the whole idea, okay, how you can work on the real world projects and get the real world experience. And that is going to be matter more than anything, your certifications or whatever you think, right? So that is more important than certification or doing some courses here and there. So that is one feature we have in the Euron, and definitely if you are thinking to check this, do consider it. Okay. One more thing we have, let's suppose if you want to so this is like from first day itself, you start thinking like, you have to prepare for the jobs, and you need to get it. So for that, actually, we have launched this something called as internship portal as well as resume AI portal, and these are free things for you. You can apply for the internships, and over there also you will get whole documents. Let me show you. You see, you have this particular portal, where you can search any kind of your domain specific, technology specific, your internships. For example, if I show you in the field of let's say, I will choose a e-commerce domain, and you can see I'm able to see 41 projects over here. Now, let's suppose if I want to start from the easy, so I can go ahead and choose this Shoplands e-commerce sales overview. You can go ahead and check the details, and then you can enroll yourself, and this is going to have the PRD document, high level document, low level document, and everything. Okay. When you are going to enroll it, you are also going to get the official letter from the Euron that yes, you have enrolled in this particular internship. And then once successfully you are going to complete this entire project, so in that case you will be able to also get the certification from the Euron. Okay. And once again, this is going to act as a real internship. This is not a toy project. And we have something called as this kind of Kanban board. Now, Kanban board, if you don't know, in industry, we do this kind of thing where we have, our to-do list, and we have, we basically create our task. And based upon, let's suppose if you are working in any internship, you create your first task, then you can add to in the to-do list. When you start working it, you can move that task to in progress. And then when the task will be finished, you can move that task to finish mode. This is how, when you are not working alone, if you are working in a multiple team. So this is a shared board. Okay. And this is how project managers also track your work. Are you going right or wrong? So that you can do from this Kanban board as well, when once you are going to enroll yourself in this internship portal. So, and this is obviously free for everyone. So I highly recommend to check out some of internships from, your domain, or maybe, for business analyst thing. Okay. Apart from that, if you see, we have one more thing, resume AI. So as I said, you have to, from first day itself, you need to think that you are going to apply in some of the companies. So you have to be prepared right from the day one itself. So if you see this resume, preparation is free for everyone. Okay. This is also, you once you have enrolled in this course, you are going to get this access for free. So what you can do, if you have the resume, you can go over here, upload your resume. If you don't have the resume, you can start, from the blank resume itself. So let me show you one example which I have did over here. So you see, I have generated just before this class, I generated this resume for me with the help of this Euron. Okay. Let me show you. So if you have one resume, you can first go to here and then select your template. Okay. For example, if I like this particular template, you can select this. And if you have the resume, well and good, you can upload your resume. So let's click on here, and I have this one resume. Let me upload this one. And now it is asking for, your GitHub URL and LinkedIn URL. You can paste those URLs. I'm skipping for now because I have done it for myself already. You can see over here, it has beautifully created this resume. Okay. So let me skip this step. And then, the speciality of this thing, you can write your, target company URL. So let's suppose if you are targeting some company. So this resume builder is going to tailor your resume according to that company. And not only that, it is also going to generate the, like this kind of professional, you can say cover letter for you. So you see, I was targeting JP Morgan, and within just 2 minutes, I was able to create this beautiful, you can say, uh, this kind of cover letter for JP Morgan. So along with the resume, you will be able to create the or this kind of cover letter as well, right? um I think that's it. You can explore more things over here. We have Yuri API also, so those who are coming from the ML background or development background, they understand what is API. But if you're new in this field, that's completely fine, not an issue. And we have bunch of other features, like you have this Euron consultancy as well. Okay, when you come to Euron consultancy, let's suppose if you have any kind of projects in your mind and you want to build it, so you can reach out to Euron. This is little bit paid feature, so you have to see the pricing plan. Okay, and but what it has actually, so it gives you the whole bunch of end to end project. We gather the requirement, we do the your consultancy for you, and we build the project, and then finally we are going to deliver the entire project. So this is for college final year college students and those who are working already in industry, as well as we take the projects from the you can say from the big firms as well. So it's not like we are gonna just you know going to get the requirement and we are going to build something and then give no, we are going to do the hand holding support as well. If you think that this solution you want to tweak some solution, okay, inside the consulting, so you can suggest us that hey, I don't like the MongoDB database, can you switch to some different database? So we are gonna think out loud, we are gonna consider that request, that okay, you are not MongoDB is not working for you, so maybe we can change the database itself. So that was like about Huron consulting. That feature also we have. So actually, we what we are trying to do over here inside the Huron, we are trying to build the whole ecosystem for the learners, so that they can benefit as much as they can. Okay. So that was about this Huron. If you have any questions or thing, you can ask um, about this. And we also have this something called as young Euron. So I recommend, if you have your kids more than 10 years 15 years, between those ages, and they want to learn about technology, then this is the best place for them. You can enroll your children's as well in the young Euron. And people are building so many things from the young Euron. You can go and check out, you can see this Sudhanshu sir video as well, where people are building real projects. So if your kid want to learn, yes, I highly recommend this. All right. Now let's come back to our business analyst mastery bootcamp, and let's start discussing about this. So first of all, we need to understand, let me open my this board as well. Okay. All right. So let's first understand what is, business analysis or business analytics. So anyone has any idea what is business analysis or business analytics? Okay. You can write it inside the how to get data in internship project. Okay. How to get data in internship project. So, when you are gonna enroll in the internship, you will be able to get each and everything, Sarkar, okay? Pradeep Sarkar, you will be able to get each and everything, in the internship portal itself. Apart from the, high level document, low level document, you will be, prompted where you are going to get the data. So in the internship portal itself, you will be able to get each and everything. Okay. So anyone want to answer, like, what is business analytics or business analyst? You can write it
Uh,
in. Yeah.
May I answer, sir?
Yeah, Sandeep, you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
hello, sir. Sandeep here. So business analysis is actually to know the complete requirement and complete needs of the client. According to that, we have to prepare documents. We have to analyze if they have some data for the project, and provide them the solution. And after that also, we have to track their objections, handle the objections, and provide time to time solutions according to their different problems.
Okay, that is well and good. You have actually said it correctly, right? And yes, that is what the business analyst or people do in the organization. Thank you for that, Sandeep.
Welcome, sir.
Yep. So let's have more discussion about it. So as you can see this chart, in the business analysis, you can say industry, what we it's not about skill of communication and technical, or you can say problem solving or analytical skills, but it's the combination of each and everything. Okay, so a good business analyst will have the a very good communication skill, as well as very good technical skills, technical knowledge. Apart from that, it will have the good problem solving skill as well as good analytical skills. When you combine all of this, you will become a good business analyst. Okay, now their primary responsibility is to basically consider the business need or business problem, frame that business problem into a solvable business problem. So sometimes client come ups with vague requirements, so it's a job of business analyst to understand that requirement with the clear requirements, and then you convert that requirement into a proper functional requirement. And always business analysts, these kind of people, they work with sometimes they work with data analyst, they sometimes work with product management team, and they sometimes also work with machine learning engineers or data scientists as well. So that because these people are highly technical people, they don't understand business so much, but business analyst people are the people who understand the business so much. At the same time, they are also skilled with the technical skills, but they are not as high as technical as this data scientist and data analyst. But they are, you can say, the bridge gapper between data analyst and basically the CEO CXOs, who are giving you the business requirement, business things. So they are gonna bridge this gap. They will be able to understand the functionality core business problem, and they are gonna convert the business problem into proper actionable items, so that whole team, business analyst team, data scientist team, and bunch of other teams can work properly, and then they can get the desired solution of that particular problem. Okay, anyone has any questions or any understanding or any comment? You can see some chat box. What's the difference between BA and DA, data analyst and business analyst? Yes, Abhishek, I'm coming to that point, don't worry. I'm gonna cover that. Okay, all right. Now let's answer this question itself. What is the difference between BA and DA? And actually, I have taken one image for that. Um, Let me show you and paste it over here. This file is not supported. Okay, we can see this file. So as you can see, there is slight difference between business analytics and data analytics. So if you read these 3 points, they have difference in goal, approach, and required skills. A business analyst need to have this kind of skills. They need to manage the stakeholder management. They have to do data research, and their primary basically you can say tools are Microsoft Office, SAP, project management. These kind of skills are required by data analytics. At the same time, sorry, business analytics, but at the same time, data analytics require this data mining, SQL, then report preparing in you can say Power BI and Tableau. So that comes under the data analytics. However, some organization required both the things. So some organization may ask you that even though you are working as a business analytics, you have to prepare yourself to use Power BI or Tableau, those kind of reporting softwares. And why is that so? Because, in the modern era, as I said, business analytics is not the person, who knows the business side or who knows the, this reporting side. They have to be blend of each and everything. And that's why we have designed our curriculum in that way that you can, meet the modern day, you can say, syllabus or requirement for the business analytics. And that's why we are covering, the Power BI, or you can say Tableau, or the Excel, and as well as MySQL. So these are technical side of it. At the same time, I'm gonna also cover, you can say, the business aspect of the business analytics industry as well. So it's not like, you have you once you learn one thing, you can say I'm a good business analyst. No, that is not how the real world scenario is happening right now. It's shifting towards blend of everything. So I hope I'm able to give you the answer. I don't remember the name. Let me see. Abhishek, I hope I'm able to answer your query. Satish is saying nowadays PM only performing the role of BA. Yes, Satish, you are right to some extent, because PM are basically, you can say, product managers. So product managers are also doing the, a job of business analyst, because they understand the business in a good sense. And that's why, I have created this chart for you. Let me show you that chart. You see, in the left hand side we have the business analyst, where earlier they have to do this kind of things: stakeholder communication, requirement gathering, process optimization, and translate business need into actionable insights. So earlier business analyst was doing only this much of thing. But then gear shifted, and if you see this, earlier data analyst, what they were doing statistical analysis, data modeling, SQL, and data visualization. These were the tool of data analyst. And then what product analyst, or you can say product managers, what they were doing product strategy, user research, feature prioritization, and roadmap planning. But now, the since the this is a new AI era, or you can say modern era, where business analyst is sitting on the core of each and everything. So a good business analyst will have this skills as well. It will have the skills of data analyst and product analyst as well. But I'm not saying, the business analyst will need to have, a very in-depth SQL knowledge, or you can say in very in-depth data visualization, but they should know at least how to do it, at least to some extent. And then you can say, you are a good business analyst. Apart from that, if you are, let's suppose, if you are on the left hand side of this chart, so what will happen? You can only say yourself as a note taker. Why? Because you are, just listening to stakeholders, and you are just communicating with them. That is definitely a good skill. But you are, just noting down whatever they are saying. You are just gathering the requirement. That's it. You are doing the process of optimization, and then finally you are converting that into actionable insight. But you are not doing any technical work, right? You are just grabbing this information, and you are passing to these analyst folks, into the to the data analyst or to the product analyst, and they are actually doing the things for you. But in the modern era, you need to have all of this, blend of these skills. I hope I'm able to answer you properly. सर, क्या बिजनेस एनालिस्ट वर्क कैसे करता है? सर, क्या बिजनेस एनालिस्ट वर्क कैसे करता है? हाँ, तो दिस इज द होल प्रोसेस आई हैव रिटन, राइट? कि एक बिजनेस एनालिस्ट का काम क्या होता है? इट विल बेसिकली स्टार्ट विथ स्टेक होल्डर कम्युनिकेशन, ठीक है? स्टेक होल्डर कम्युनिकेशन से स्टार्ट होके it will gather the requirement gathering. It will, if in the requirement gathering phase itself, kuch agar process optimization if possible, they can do that as well. For example, uh, you know some smart business analyst, what they do, they actually create a whole process, right? For requirement gathering itself. तो customer जब भी आएगा, they will say, hey, you have to give me the business requirement, but you have to give me the requirement in certain format only. तो उससे होता क्या है कि if people are coming with the vague requirements, that vague requirement will be filtered out at that time itself. So वो एक process optimization हो गया, right? Apart from that, they will also convert that business need to actionable insight. So इस पूरे process को streamline करने के लिए they will do this in a faster way by with the help of process optimization, right? So and यही उनका काम है पूरा. This is the whole flow. As you can see, they do this thing, then they go and then they are gonna collect the data. They will research, okay, what is the requirement and what kind of action they can take. Then if they are not good in this any of the field like SQL or data visualization, so what they will do they will go to data analyst team. They will and data analyst team along with the BA team, they will identify the correct data sources in the company, and then they are going to act on this data, and they will create the whole strategy, how this that business problem will be solved. And then if required, they will create Power BI charts, or you can say Tableau charts. And if also required, they are gonna do these analysis inside the SQL. And then finally they will be giving these things to their stakeholders. They will create the whole report, and that report will be submitted to stakeholders. So that is their entire journey. Okay. Okay, cool. Any more questions, anyone? If not, we can go ahead. Okay, Sandeep Kumar has raised his hand. Yes, Sandeep, you can go ahead.
Yeah, sir. So actually, I have a question that in a long run, can a business analyst become a data analyst or vice versa? Is it possible?
Yes, that is very much possible. In a long run, so it should be like this only. You should see yourself. If you are starting from a business analyst, if you are learning all the tools which data analyst people are working, so yes, you can learn their skill and you can become a data analyst. But instead of that, you can also become business data analyst. So who has the knowledge of business as well as data analysis. So you will become business data analyst as well. Okay. And those are also some of the few, you can say, roles available in the industry. I'm going to show you in few minutes. Okay. In the real time itself, like Naukri or Monster, you will be seeing those kind of jobs as well available. So yes, that is very much possible. I hope I'm able to give you the answer, Sandeep.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay. All right. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just checking. Yeah. Okay. So now we have talked about how the basically business analysts think and articulate their basically roles and responsibility. What are they do actually in the organization? We also need to understand what kind of you can say salary they are drawing, or what kind of their requirements, skill requirements we have. And for that, let me show you. I have already prepared this. Yeah. So let me open this page. As you can see, this is a Naukri portal, and company is Capgemini. This is, and they are hiring for business analyst, and experience they are asking for 2 to 5 years. So you can consider this is for a fresher itself, and then the job was posted only 2 days ago. Now, if you read about their job description, they have written works in the area of software engineering, which encompasses the development, maintenance, and optimization. This is, someone has written this, which is fine. But if you read the job description and you see has more than a year or a relevant work experience, solid understanding of programming concept and software design and software development principles, consistently works to direct with the minimal supervision, uh, producing accurate and reliable results. And if you see their uh, entire job description, when you are gonna read it, and when you check the skills, it is all about verbal communication. So yes, you have to know the programming concept, which is fine. You have to know the software design and software development principle, which is fine. But it's not like you need to go and write the code here. That is not gonna happen. But you have to have the idea why, because there is something called as domain knowledge. Now, as you know, Capgemini is a company who works with multiple clients, where they are mostly into the engineering domain. So if you are going into a company which is developing something, they are working with the client, and they need to have the idea of you can say engineering. So that's why in their job description, and they have written like they need a person who understand the whole you can say programming concept and software design principles. But it's not like you have to go and write the code over there. That is being done by software engineers and other fields. But you should understand it, and you should have these skills as a verbal communication. So that is a typical BA role we have, okay, which I have shown you over here. You have to do only this left side of part. Okay, this is one company example I'm giving you. Now if you go over here and you see verbal communication, which comes under this left part, which we have already seen. And they haven't mentioned the what kind of perks they will be giving. But if you see, the average salary is over here is 10.5, okay, and minimum is 10 LPA. So this is what the salary inside Naukri is giving. But you might get this based upon your experience. If you have 3 to 4 or 5 years of experience, you will be able to get this 10.5 LPA. But if it is less, they can consider a less amount as well. And these are the skills, okay. But this is just for one company. Let me show you for some of the other companies. If I open this, you see this is another company, BNB Paribas. It requires 2 to 4 years of experience. But here, if you go and check their technical and behavioral competencies, so it says knowledge for finance, close, and reporting process. Now, this company obviously it is involved in the financial domain, and that's why you required a knowledge of finance. Okay, it's not like you have to have a master in finance, but you should at least know profit and loss, how these statements work into the finance domain, some basic idea. And then it is asking for a good SQL skill, good MS Excel, right? Comfortable with basic MS Office tools. And then database concept like table views, queries, BI reports. Very strong communication, negotiation, and persuasion skills. Very good analytical skills. All these things. Now this company, and it has also mentioned basic SQL and Jira. Now Jira is one of the tool. If you don't know about this tool, so basically I have shown you this Kanban board over here, right, in the Euron. You see this is the Kanban board. Now Jira does the same thing. Actually, you can say Jira is a project management tool. Now in the Jira also you can create this kind of Kanban board, and you can basically maintain your entire project. So this particular company, it requires this is a modern day company, and it requires all these skills, okay, from the left hand side to all the way up to this right hand side, okay. And that's why we have designed our curriculum in such a way that you can learn each and every aspect of the business analyst, and this is one of the good example, okay. And you see, if you're going to learn all of these skills, your average salary is going to increase little bit. It's already saying minimum is 12.3 and maximum is 13.6, which is better than Capgemini as well. All right. So this is another example. Let me see, getting some chat. Do we need to master all domains to have complete domain knowledge to get higher, or we need to stick in one domain only? Satish, so it's not like you need to master all the domain. Let's suppose if you have the idea for few domains, let's say, when we are going to cover at least few of the domains in our courses. Let's say if you're working in finance, or if you have the knowledge of finance and maybe retail, these two domains are more than sufficient. And then what will happen, let's suppose if any of the requirement you will see for the applying the jobs, or if you are already working in the job, so on the fly, you are going to learn about the domain, okay? Because business analyst can work with multiple domains, right? It will not like you are going to stuck with only one domain. It might happen that if you are switching the companies, you are getting the same domain. That is also the possibility. But the thing is, you learn one or two domain at the very start, and then you can start applying for the jobs. That is how we usually do. Code first approach instead of documentation. What your thought on this? Code first approach instead of documentation. So actually, this is a good point, Satish. See, whenever people will come into the organization, what they will do. Whenever client will come and they will give the requirement to them, voice isn't clear. Um, is it happening for everyone, guys? Is it happening for everyone? Okay, someone is saying clear, clear. So Ashraf, just check from your end. I think it might be your issue, because for each and everyone it's saying clear. Okay, cool. So I was talking about um, code first approach instead of documentation. What's your thought? So yes, in my organization also, I have seen this. There are few people which do this very often. So what will happen? In my organization also, if project manager or some team will come with some requirement that, hey, this is my requirement, and they just give you one meeting of maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and they never share the their data and what kind of actual solutioning they are looking for, but they will just give you the overview, and people will start directly implementing it. And after 2 to 3 days, the client once again come, and then they will give the actual documents, requirements, data access, database access. And then what will happen? The 2 or 3 days, whatever they have done, it's all wasted. So it's always necessary to before you start implementing anything, you first have to document those things very properly. You have to understand and clarify the requirements. That is also very very important thing. And we basically call it as a monkey mind approach, where you directly jump to start writing the code instead of understanding the requirement and then documenting it properly. So yes, you should avoid that, and that is the best tip I can give you. Okay. What will happen, when you learn these things, like business analyst, everything, when you are gonna learn like SQL and Power BI and then Tableau, your mind will always say that, okay, before hearing the requirement, let's get start and analyzing the data. But that should not happen. First of all, you have to clarify the doubts, and then you should start that. Uh, so that is the my thought on that. Okay. All right. So as you can see, this is the we were talking about the business analyst salary over here, and we have this thing. I have for one more company, for three companies actually. I have gathered this. Third company is IKS Health. So obviously they are in health insurance, something like that. And this is also like just 4 days ago they have posted this job. And as you can see, the domain is financial, and roles and prerequisite. If you see, they are looking for a freshers or minimum 2+ years of experience, and they are looking for an experience of working in analytical and consulting role, as well as conducting data analysis and intelligence would be preferred. So when you say data analysis, that means either they are using SQL or Power BI or those kind of thing. And if you read their, competencies or skills, you can, understand they must have known the advanced Excel and macros, and then, knowledge of RCM function and US healthcare would be preferred. Now, this comes under the domain knowledge. Okay, RCM function and US healthcare would be preferred. So, you can go ahead and read about this, what is RCM function and US healthcare on the internet. This will basically gonna take you prepare for 2 to 3 days, not more than that. You can, understand the basic, healthcare domain, how it works and all those things. And then, you see, they are asking for G Suite basics, R, Python, etc. would be preferred. Now, this is preferred, but that is not the essential skill. Sometimes this happen that you should know the little bit of programming as well, and that's why they are asking for this. And don't worry, once we are going to have the time, once we are going to finish the entire business analytics, I can, teach you some basics of this as well, so that you can prepare yourself for this interviews round. Okay, and you can apply for that. And then we have this, they are asking for this, you see, Power BI, Yellow Finance. Now, in the actually reporting tool, we have multiple tools like Power BI, Tableau, but this and these are the tools like Yellowfin, R tool, Minitab. These are, people are usually using this tool very, it's a organization specific. But if you talk about, industry specific tools, so they are Power BI and Tableau. If you are going to learn those two tools, trust me, it is going to easy. You can learn any reporting tool, any BI tool, if you're going to learn Power BI and Tableau. And then you see they are asking for either SQL or VBA, where we are going to cover the SQL in very detail. So that is going to cover each and everything, right? And then, yes, logical thinking, solving ability, these things, I'm going to show you how you can create this kind of thinking. The hard part of becoming a business analyst, or you can say business data analyst, is how to think like a, business data analyst. If you understand how to think like a business data analyst, your half problem will be solved. And that is my aim of this entire, you can say, course, where I'm gonna, think like how you need to think in terms of business data analyst people. Once you are, start thinking in that way, you will be able to solve the problem very easily. Okay, any questions, anyone so far? सर जॉब के लिए क्या इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज मस्ट है? um one plus, I mean, you should change your name, display name. Actually, here it is coming as one plus, but fine. See, अगर मैं अगर कहूँ तो यस, इट इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट कि आपको इंग्लिश आनी चाहिए, बिकॉज द इंटरव्यूज यू आर गोना टेक, और you can say, whatever the day to day job you will be involved, that is all gonna be in English language only. So yes, it is important to know the English, but आप सीख जाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं है कि इट्स वेरी हार्ड, ठीक है, धीरे 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 आप सीख जाओगे. वंस यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग, यू विल, पहली चीज है, यू हैव टू कम्युनिकेट इन इंग्लिश. बैरियर, जो मेंटल बैरियर है ना, वो आपको हटाना होगा. यू हैव टू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग इन इंग्लिश, एंड देन ऐसे टूटी फूटी बोलिए, बट स्टार्ट स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग इन इंग्लिश, तो आपको सीख जाएंगे. इतना हार्ड नहीं है वो. ओके, ऑल राइट, ऑल राइट. ओके, नाउ let's also talk about, I have prepared this KPI, and you can understand what are the, dimension, and the difference between all of them. Actually, you can say a good BA, what they have possessed. Okay, so as you can see, a good BA must understand all of the three: business, data, and as well as product. Okay, now you understood the business part. Data part, whenever business will gonna give you some kind of problem, they will gonna give you the data as well, right? That okay, this is the data on which you have to do some kind of analysis. Or if data is not available, you have to, search for the accurate data, and the data might reside in the company, or you might have to do some kind of, analysis to gather the data from outside the company or somewhat, okay, some kind of data. And then you also have to understand the product part of, the entire business. So basically, what business means, if you have, let's say you are working in organization who does the sales of clothes. So in that case, what is your product? Products are nothing but clothes. But you can't say that, only the cloth is product. The product is basically, how they are doing the sales of that product. So you have to understand the whole business pipeline, how that is set up. So once you go into the organization, you will understand, okay, so from X place, this clothes are getting manufactured, and then, from the transportation, it is coming to warehouses, and then, in the warehouse, they will have the calculation of each and everything, let's say, how much inventory they have, how much the inventory they have to, gather for the next month, what is the current sales they are running on onto their website, if they have some offline channels or not, if they have some online channels or not. So all those things comes under the data part, sorry, product part, not the data part. Okay. And then once you understand the whole pipeline, then you can answer the, or you can start thinking in, with respect to, how the business analyst people thinks. And you can, you will be able to generate the insights, and not only generate the insights from the data, you will be able to answer the why part as well. So I've written something over here. A BA who understand only business becomes a note taker, or you can say good note taker. Okay, good note taker. So this is only the business part. But a BA who understand only data, they becomes a good report generator. Okay, you can write a good word over here. Now when I say report generator, meaning they will be able to produce, nice looking charts, visuals for your entire organization. But a BA who understand only product becomes a good feature advocator. Okay, good feature advocate. Now, what is the meaning of this good feature advocate? So let's suppose if you are, a BA who basically understand the whole product part, like what kind of feature are, people are looking for, what they are loving. Let's say you are creating any app, okay, your company is creating any app, and now you are working as a, maybe product manager or product development, or you are working as a BA, but you only understand the product part of it, where you are able to, understand, okay, if we put this kind of feature, people are gonna love it. So that is just only one part of it. But you will, so that is comes under the third point. You are only able to understand the product part. But, if you have to be good, you have to understand all of them, business, data, as well as product. So combining all of them, you will become a, great BA. Okay, great business analyst. So it's not like business, data, or product, it's combination of all of them. Similarly, you can see this table where I have mentioned, on which dimension we need to be good. Okay, so dimension wise, if you see, one is problem framing. So business analyst people are strong in this. Okay, they can frame the business problem into the technical problem or into the solvable problem. On the data side, there are very few business analyst people, they are really good in the data side. And there are very few people also, they are good into the product side. They are only aware of this part, that this part exists. But there are very few people who are good in data and good in product. They are only good in problem framing. Okay, so this is called as business led framing. But let's go to the second dimension, metrics and KPIs. So yes, business people are good in metrics and KPIs. For example, let's say, once again, I'm going to take the same example. If you are running the, a cloth business, let's say, you are working in a company who is running the cloth business. Now they come to you and ask, hey, can you tell me what kind of KPIs we should use, so that, we can track our sales number, and, we should basically get the idea of whole business. So now, since you are a business person, you will be able to tell, okay, you should, KPIs stands for basically key performance indicator, with the help of which you can suggest your business what is going good or what is going not good, some those kind of information. So since you are a business people, you can say, okay, you should use the total revenue of the company, and then total sales of the company, number of units sold, maybe monthly, how the revenue is going, or you can say quarterly how the revenue is going. So those kind of KPIs you can show. And these people are also like good in data, because since you are knowing the metrics and KPIs things, now you know the understand the data part as well. How to create this KPIs also you have to aware. Similarly, product wise also you understood the whole pipeline of the product. You can able to explain that as well. So that comes under the good BA's expectation outcome based metrics. Okay. Similarly, if you know about SQL part of it, where business people, very few business people are there who don't understand the SQL part. But if you are one of them, you will be able to position yourself in a very strong manner. And you should also aware with the data part and the product part in the SQL thing. Okay. Similarly, you have to manage the stakeholder management. Yes, BA people have this quality, and this is one of the requirement, right? You need to have this, but they lack on data part and product part. Similarly, when it comes to user thinking, product people, or you can say product managers or product analyst people are very strong in this, because there is something called as planning the user journey. Okay. So let's say you are creating any kind of application, your company is creating any kind of application. So in that case, you have to think how user will travel from from your home page to the some buy page. For example, let's say you are creating a app where people will come and buy some kind of thing, let's say Amazon. Now, in Amazon, people who are working as a product manager, they have decided their user journey. So whenever user will come to their phone, they will have to, put the phone number or, maybe email, and then they have to do the sign up process. Now, once they will do the sign up process, after the sign up process, they have to, come to the website, they have to verify their email, and then, then they will come to their home page. Once they will come to home page, they have to search what kind of product is available, and then after that they can add it to the cart, and then they can go ahead in the cart, and then they can click on the buy button, and then they will do the payment. And after the payment, it will go to the end, and this is how the entire user journey will end. So, it's not like developer will come one day and you will say, okay, we need to create the entire application in this way, and they will create it. No, someone has to think how the user journey will go. And over there, PMs are the people who are very good in that. But let's say as a business analyst, if you are, good in that as well, how good is that, right? You will be able to position yourself in such a way that you know the product part, data part, and business part, all of them together, right? And last one, we have something called as recommendation quality. Okay. Now, what is this recommendation quality? Now here, all of the people, business people, data people, and product people, very few people are there who will be able to give the very good recommendation to their businesses. And what happens if you're gonna good the good recommendation to your business eventually grows. And if business will grow based upon your recommendation, obviously you are also gonna grow. And what will happen, here a lot of efforts goes actually. Let's say one business problem will come to you. Now you are acting as a business analyst, and let's say you have worked very hard to gather the requirement of that business. You converted that requirement into proper actionable items. Now you are working with data analyst, data scientists, all those things team. And your stakeholders, CEOs, CXOs are taking daily meetings with you. And you have created, let's say, bunch of charts, or you have done the analysis, and you are done. Okay. Now you are going to one meeting, and you are presenting whatever findings you have done to your CEOs or CXOs. Okay. Basically, whenever you gather, all the information, you are going to go and represent to your senior level roles. Okay. So let's say you are in a board meeting and you are explaining all those things. Now, they loved your presentation. It is all good. But they will have one question. Okay. Since you have done all of this thing, what is the use of it? Since you have done all these things, what is the recommendation for us so that we can take some kind of decisions? Now, here, most of the people, either give the wrong recommendation or they will fail to recommend anything which will become, actionable items for, your company or for your CEO, CXOs. So over there, this is also a skill, and a good BA will have this strong in all of them. So we are also going to learn, okay, once you have this entire, charts ready and every analysis you have done, your presentation is ready, how you are going to present this to your stakeholders. And not only present this, you are also going to give them actionable task that, okay, after this you have to do this kind of thing so that our business will grow, and why that thing was happening. So you have to answer both why it was happening, and now what you have to do to overcome from that problem. So that is a trait of good business analyst. Anyone have any questions, or you are liking the session? Okay, Sandeep, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, my question exactly is, if I take an example as myself, I'm working as a business development manager
Mm-hmm.
in a IT company, and also it's a digital marketing company. So, if I, in future, I have applied for, let's say, a pharmaceutical company
Okay.
or company dealing in minerals and irons for the business analyst role.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they have to know that what kind of domain knowledge I have, I will prepare for the interview, and I have learned about the domain and all the things. So, what are the things they are looking for? That how much depth I should have in that particular topic, or is it fine to have a bird eye view or like overall knowledge about the thing?
Okay, so it depends actually, Sandeep. It depends company to company. But for example, the role which you are talking, if you have, let's say 2 to 3 years of experience, okay, so or you are already a experienced guy. So in that case, it's not like you only have to have a bird eye overview. And at the same time, I'm not gonna say that you should have the, the core of your entire, domain knowledge, but you should have some depth. Okay. Now, when I say some depth, that is gonna depend upon your company itself. If you are, see, you are not a guy who can, go and learn the whole domain. That is not possible because you are gonna change the domain. So if you're talking about the healthcare, you should have at least, how pharmaceutical works, what are the KPIs they are using, what are the, recommendation that is you can give to them to, smoothen their businesses, all those things. So at least to some extent, but if you say only bird eye overview, I think that is not gonna work. You should have at least some depth of extent.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Any more questions, Sir Joe? Okay. Uh, Anyone have any questions? Please ask. If not, it's fine. I can continue. So as you can see over here, uh, I have written, you can say the chart. I have prepared one chart, how the entire workflow will look like of, any, business analyst, or you can say business data analyst. So when you see this particular chart, you see it always start with, background information and, requirement gathering. And this is not, you can say, hard and fast rule. This chart I have prepared it holistically. It might change, little bit based upon customer to customer. So we always, gather the background information of, customer, and we understand what kind of customer we are going to serve. After that, we identify the stakeholders. So when I say stakeholders, it's like who are the stakeholders available for that particular project. So if I take, my own company example, since I work as a data scientist, we have to come, like business people also come with us, senior CEOs, CXOs also come with us, and then we have to basically identify all the stakeholders. For example, if you are working on HR domain, so some people will come from the HR domain. We call them as a stakeholders or business stakeholders, who are, directly or indirectly responsible for, giving you the business perspective of the entire project, or maybe, some sort of information which, you can't grab it from yourself. So at that time, these people are the people who can give you the inputs. At the same time, these are the people who are, you can say responsible, or you can say they are interested people who are going to see your solutions as well once you are going to create the entire solution. Then once we have these people and we have, gathered the background information, we are going to discover the business objective of your problem. Okay. Now, once we gather this business objective, we are going to set the stakeholders matrix. Okay. Now, in my company, we follow something called as AIMS grid. Okay. Let me show you what this AIMS grid is. So, when you go to Google and just search AIMS grid, let me show you one image. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Hmm. So you can just take this image for the reference. We follow this, okay, AIMS grid, where you will have, first of all, you need to define the, purpose. What is the purpose or the end result of this entire project? Now, this, it's not like you will only sit and write the purpose and you are done. No, all the stakeholders which you have identified, they will come and sit together. You will also go in that meeting, and then you are going to write the purpose of the entire project. Okay, what is the end result or end goal? It might be, let's say business only want to see the, let's say they want to see the dashboard of, all the matrices. That is the end project, okay, or end goal. It might happen. Okay. Another thing, they want to increase the maybe sales revenue by some amount. They want to, increase something or decrease something, whatever is that, they have to write it properly. Then we have something called as customer slash stakeholders. So here we will write who are the people involved for this project. Okay. We call them stakeholders or customers. Then we have something called as criteria and end result. Okay. Now in the end result, it is, we are going to write it very, detail wise, and you can say by point wise, that after doing this project, what is we are going to achieve. So let's say, if you want to achieve, like create the dashboard, that kind of one achievement, you can write it over there. Then maybe, uh, after launching this project, everyone should, or your organization should have the one single source of, dashboard, where people can go and rely on that dashboard and get the actual insights, real insights. That is one end goal. Second end goal is, let's say once you, create the entire project, so after, let's say 2 months, the sales should go by, let's say 2%. Okay. Because earlier it was taking too much time to understand something. And since you have created the dashboard, now it should not take more time, and you will have the, you can say it should basically increase the sales revenue by 2%. So that you are going to write it inside the end result step by step very clearly. And then you will have the criteria, what will the result measured. So how you are gonna, measure these results. So, maybe you will write, okay, once we are gonna, kick off this project after 2 months, we are going to take the feedback from sales people, or we are going to take the feedback from, HR people. Basically the people who are going to measure this, or the KPIs, how you are going to measure it, those things will be written over here. So this is called as Ames grid. We follow this in our company, and I'm going to show you this. You should also follow this Ames grid so that you can write each and everything uh, to have your project successfully run and gives you the delivered results. Okay, so that we have to write it over properly, right? So that comes under the stakeholder matrix. Then you define the scope over here. You create BA delivery plan. So BA always create the delivery plan. Okay, in the month of this we are going to deliver this much, in the next month this much project we are going to deliver. So milestone kind of thing, you set it over there, and then you are gonna work, and then on a monthly basis or a weekly basis, whatever your plan is, according to that you are going to deliver the project. Okay, then yeah, these are some highlights I mean points I have written, but this can be a duplicate points, but I'm just giving you the broad eye overview through which you can understand uh, how you have to basically plan your journey and how you have to give the results. Okay, you also be a person are also responsible for creating this HLD, LLD, high level document, low level document, BRD document, right? All those things. Then streamlining requirement gathering. As I said, some people do this streamlining process as well, right? If BA is smart, and if people are coming with the vague requirement, then they can provide some kind of template. Okay, so that whenever customer is coming, they will read that particular template, and whatever confusion they will have in their mind, they will first clear that confusion, and they are going to put the data in that manner only, so that BA will have the clear requirements from the customer side. So that comes under the streamlining the process, which we are going to see in our courses. um, and yeah, then finally you have data driven decision making. So basically the BA people are going to work, and they are not only going to work, they are going to create the trust on the with the leadership team. They are going to do the commitment. They are people who are responsible for choosing the right metrics, or obviously with the discussion of higher members, and they are the people who are going to literate them. And then finally these are the people who are going to give you the insight and action, so that business people can your basically CEOs or CXOs can work on that part, and then finally they will be able to take some kind of action. So that is the whole journey of the BA people we have. Okay, any questions, anyone so far? uh yes, Satish, yes, BA can do the consulting job, provided if they have good grasp on each and every aspect, how they are gonna consider the requirement gathering, how they can provide the proper architecture of the solution. Then they are gonna give the proper solutioning. If some feedback is coming from the client, then they can change based upon their requirement, how they are gonna change it. So yes, they can definitely do this, provided they should have enough experience. Okay, any more questions? And obviously you can go to Euron and go through this. This is our course. Okay, and you can go to your entire syllabus, what we are going to cover. So in the week one, we have started with the understanding of the role of business analyst in the modern organization. We have also seen the difference between business analyst, data analyst, and product analyst. Overview of BA workflow, right? From the next class onwards, we are going to start with the Excel part. We will see, this function, lookup, pivot tables. We are going to create the mini project. And then we have this, statistics coming in the next week. I'm going to show you, and this statistics is required because obviously you need to understand a little bit of stats so that you can, create the formula, understand how it works. You should understand mean, variance, mode, all those things. Obviously, you have learned this in your, previous days, school days or college days, but I'm going to give you some flavors with respect to business on top of it so that you can understand this concept clearly. Okay. Then we are going to cover the SQL part where I'm going to show you SQL from very basics to the advanced level. Then we will cover the Power BI. In Power BI, this is basically used for creating your charts and visualization. So we will cover that. And not only the basics part, I'm going to show you the advanced DEX formulas and calculation as well. Then we have something called as Tableau, and we have purposefully kept this Tableau because some organization ask for Power BI and some organization ask for Tableau. So it's necessary to learn both of them, so that if you are going for interviews and you will not be able to face any kind of difficulty, right? So we have this Tableau as well. Then we have core business analysis technique. We are able to learn now here. Remember the left part of it of the business. We are gonna start with this. First, we are directly, starting with the technical part, the right hand side of the part. Okay. Then I'm gonna show you this left hand side of the this entire business analyst in this course. So uh, let me see where it has gone. Yeah. So from week 9, we are gonna cover that left hand side of the part. We are gonna see root cause analysis, SWOT analysis, A/B testing. This is very interesting topic actually, A/B testing. We are gonna do that. If I give you the example of A/B testing, you might have seen the, maybe some of the websites run this kind of ads. Let's say if you're searching, let's say, t-shirt, if you like any kind of t-shirt, and if you search a t-shirt, okay. Now, if the business will have two kind of t-shirt for the same price, and you can say two variants. So sometime they will show you both the t-shirt. Do you like this or that? Or what will happen, they are gonna show the 50% of the audience some kind of t-shirt, and 50 remaining 50% of the audience some different kind of t-shirt. And based upon they are gonna do the analysis. Okay, which 50% people has buy the most of the t-shirts, and then they have their entire planning, how to increase the sales and all those things. So that comes under the A/B testing actually, and it's a very important and you can say interesting topic we are gonna learn. Okay. Then in week 10, we are gonna do the domain analytics. Okay. We are gonna learn about finance domain, how P&L cash flow works. Okay. We are also going to talk about HR domain, how attrition happens, how hiring funnel happens, all those things. So I'm gonna cover these two domains at least, finance and HR. These two domains I have worked in these domains, so I know it very well. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this. Apart from that, if time will permit, what we have this projects. These projects is not based upon timing. I was saying, for this domain, if time permits, I'm gonna add some more domains as well. Uh, you know, and then we have industry grade projects which we are gonna do. Okay, and then we are also gonna cover with you the placement readiness and interview preparation. We will be covering these sessions where you will be preparing for interviews, and we are going to handhold for you. And finally, we will have the capstone project. Okay. So the entire thing we are covering, whenever you face any kind of difficulty, you can reach out to team. We have given the numbers also. You can reach out to them. uh, and at any point of time, if you feel you are lagging or something, obviously you can uh, in the class itself you can ask me. I will be happy to give you the answers. All right. And after this also, as I have shown you, after this, like some of the companies are, because see, it's not matter of how good curriculum you are designing, because even though if your curriculum is world class, what is happening in the real world industry, the changes are happening very rapidly. Okay. So that's what, like, this is not a exhaustive list we have kept over here. If let's say I find something is really changing in the industry, I will gonna add that section over here and we will gonna cover it for sure. Okay. So let's say if some of the companies are asking for Python and some basic programming, so I'm gonna add those basic programming, and we will learn that. So that's my responsibility, that if I'm taking your time, I'm gonna provide that information to you. Okay, so don't worry about it. In the chat box, I can see, sir, are you also going to teach us advanced Excel? Abhishek, Datta, advanced Excel. See, I'm gonna cover you the projects. Okay. In modern days, business analyst people, they use Excel, which is fine, but all the Excel thing which you are gonna do, you can do the same thing with respect to your Power BI or Tableau or SQL as well. So in the advanced Excel, what you do the pivoting, you do the macros, you do the VBAs and all those things, right? So the same thing you can also be able to do in the Power BI also. So it's like in the Excel we will learn the basic of Excel. We will do some data cleaning. We will create one project, but after that, I will when I go to the Power BI, over there you will see Power BI has one feature called as Power Query Editor. Okay, Abhishek Datta. So when we reach to that point, you will see I'm you will feel like you are working with Excel only, but inside the Power BI. So that is the thing we are going to do. Okay. So advanced Excel, you can consider we are going to cover in the Power BI itself. Over there, it will be finished. Satish is asking, are we going to cover Agile? So Agile wise, yes, we are going to cover the Agile. And those who are don't know about Agile, what is Agile? So Agile is basically, you can say, it's a methodology or a framework of doing the work. Okay. So meaning, let's say and companies are asking for this, okay, that you should know the Agile methodology of working it. So let me give you the example. Earlier we have this kind of methodology, waterfall methodology, but nowadays we are shifting towards Agile, and actually not shifting towards, we have already shifted ourselves. Okay. So there is something called as waterfall versus Agile. So these are the methodology. Now when you compare this, um, you can go to any website and you just see in the waterfall model what we do. We don't do the task parallelly, we do it sequentially. So basically you have the conception, initiation, analysis, design, construction, testing and deployment, and this is a sequential process. But in the Agile methodology, what we do the things parallelly. So whenever user requirement will come, okay, so we initialize the process, we do the analysis, we do the design and construction parallelly, and parallelly we do the testing and deployment also. But let's say in between, if users say, okay, I don't want feature X, I want feature X1. So we since multiple team members are working, so what we have to do, we basically take that new requirement, and then the new requirement will be converted into proper plan, and then parallelly we are going to work on that, and we are going to ship the product in a much faster way in this way. So we will be shipping the things on a weekly basis. So on a weekly basis deployment will be happening, and we will be able to give the project on a proper time and with the much faster you can say access. So that is what happens inside the Agile methodology. And if you are a team of Agile, and not the waterfall model. So some companies are still there who follows this waterfall model. So what will happen? One person will go and talk to clients until the time client will give the requirement. Other people are resting, they are not doing anything, right? Then sometimes requirement will come, and some let's say now engineering people are working, but be it people are now is not working. They have given the requirement and now they are sitting. Now once let's say data analyst people will finish their work, then they are going to report to them, and then finally this flow will happen. So that was happen earlier and it was slow process. Now we are in the agile methodology, so it is much faster, much cleaner, and you can ship the your product or project efficiently and smoothly. Okay, what else we have? Want to know about AI business analyst role? Yes, Satish. So we are gonna cover that. It's not like all the modules which I have shown you. So I'm gonna show you how we can use the AI in which all of the tools which we are gonna learn. So when you say AI business analyst role, is it's not like uh, it's the basic core concept will remain same. Only the difference will come. These people are people who understand how to use the AI. Now when I say AI means doesn't mean how to use the chat GPT and all those things. You are already aware of that part. I'm talking about how basically you are gonna take the help of AI so that you can ship the faster. You can understand the requirement properly, and also with the help of AI how you can analyze your data very fast, and how you can create the dashboard fast. Those kind of things comes under the AI. So basically they will have the idea of AI, and core principle will remain same. Okay, I hope I'm able to answer all of your queries, Satish. Abhishek is asking how much salary can one expect if one works in a startup? Abhishek, I have shown you already. If you go over here, mm, 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 let me go. Um, the third one I think was for the startup only. IKS Health. So you see, IKS Health is um, already giving you the average salary. Let me show you. Here it is not available. Let's go to jobs, and if I ask business analyst, okay, and you see you can apply the filters over here. When you apply the filters, right, and let me slow down the experience. Let's say I'm gonna search for 0 to 3 years. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, here it's not showing. But yeah, you can see the ranges over here. For example, this is one of the company Cars 24. They are giving you 5 to 8.5 lakhs per annum. Okay. Similarly, Accenture is hiring. They have not mentioned it. But yes, you can go and do your own research over here. You can see how much they are giving, right? You see this company is giving 5 to 10 LPA, and it also depends upon your experience level. Once you are grow in this particular space, you will become senior business analyst, right? And business analyst lead also you will become. So at that point of time, your salary will also grow. But for freshers you can consider anywhere between 3 5 LPA to 10 LPA, and some companies even for startup they will give you even higher, maybe 13 or 15 LPA also you can expect it from this. And these are all real job posting. Apart from this, you can go to LinkedIn as well, and over there also you can check. Okay, let me show you. If I go to LinkedIn, by the way, this is my profile. If anyone want to verify, they can verify it from here. Let's say if I search business analyst. Okay, and you need to go to job section, right? Yeah, you see this company we have seen on over there also on the Naukri portal as well. And you can now go ahead and read about it, right? Over here, how much they are giving and what they are expecting. Let me go here. So I will click on apply button and let's say apply. Okay, this posting is not available. That is been ended. Let's go for this one. Let's check this. Okay, you see they are asking for 2 to 5 years. Volodi is the company, and when you go down, have they mentioned anything? No, they haven't mentioned it. Um, but yeah, I mean, you can check some of the numbers. You will be able to, for some of the companies, you will be able to get it, but each and every company doesn't display. So you have to do the research. But as a fresher, you can consider, 3, 5, 10, 12, or 13, 15 as well. But if you are growing, if you have the experience, you can consider even more than that as well. Okay. That's the short answer I can give you right now. I'm just searching if I get any company number over here. Some company do provide their numbers, but some doesn't provide. Okay. But you see, if you are applying in EY, this is a big firm, right? Obviously, it's not gonna give you a less amount. It will give you a good decent amount, right? Provided you have the knowledge, you have the experience. For startup, it will be more. You see, this is asking experience is 10 plus years, right? So obviously the payroll will be also good. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, I'm not able to get anything over here right now, but yes, you need to search. Okay, you will be able to search on the Monster, on the Naukri, on the LinkedIn, and you will be able to get the numbers. I've shown you already for three. So same thing you can expect over here as well. Okay. Okay. Now, any idea on Grafana or any open source? Bhavesh Patel, Grafana is a different thing. Grafana is a basically tool to create dashboard, but basically people uses DevOps people uses it. Okay, in our company also we are using the Grafana. Grafana is also not open source. Okay, it's a paid and licensed one. Bhavesh, but Grafana is not used inside the, you can say, business analytics domain or data analytics domain. DevOps people uses this for monitoring and alerting purpose. And yes, you can create the dashboard in Grafana, but the purpose is different actually. For business analyst people, Power BI is free for everyone. You can create the dashboard. Tableau also has two features like Tableau Public and Tableau Public is a free one that is open source. You can download it and you can use it. So yeah, or I mean, let me know if I'm able to give you the answer. Okay, Apache's superset. Okay, Apache superset. I never heard about it. Uh, I need to see it. Okay, okay, fine. Um, Next question we have want to know about AI is fine. Okay. All right. Um, if you have any more questions, you can ask. Like I'm done with my orientation session. Um, if you have any questions, you can ask. I will be here to give all the answers. Okay.
Hi, sir. I have a question regarding the role. Like, what is the next once someone becomes a business analyst,
Mhm.
then it would be senior business analyst. What would be the
After
uh,
that,
yeah, yeah? What would be the flow there?
so yeah, you can become, business analyst, senior business analyst. Then you can become a business analyst lead. Okay. And then
Okay,
you can go to, after the business analyst lead, you can also become data business analyst lead. And then, once you have all this knowledge, if you want to upskill, you can go to, maybe machine learning engineer as well, because you now have the idea of SQL, you have the idea of, business, you have the idea of basically product. So now you can go for, machine learning engineer, data scientist, and then, maybe you can go for start your own startup, and then possibilities are endless, right?
okay, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So the question is like, let's say, being a junior or a senior level
Hmm.
analyst,
Hmm.
business analyst. So one would be working on like looking at the data from these dashboards or any data that he is working on, and then he looks at the business problem and try to solve it. Like once he reaches that level, like once he reaches the lead data business analyst or something.
Hmm.
So how would he work upon that? Like,
So, right. So mostly the thing he or she will be handling, like once you are on a lead role, so you are basically gonna, under you, many people will be working. So senior or junior, business analyst will work under you. So your aim, or, your goal will be like, to just gather the proper requirement from the, customer. And then, you will be the person who will be going with, CEOs and CXOs and directly talking with them. And you are the person who will be responsible for enabling, or, kicking off the projects. So everything will come now in your hand. Whenever a business, analyst kind of project will come to your organization, you will be the point of contact, and you will be enabling that project, kicking off the project, explaining the project to, your juniors and seniors, and they will be basically doing the work. So that is how you will be handling it. And since your work will be only that much, so at a parallel you will have, maybe 2 to 3 projects you will be handling at one time, basically.
understood. Thank you.
Yeah. uh, any more questions? I'm just providing my password.
Also regarding the waterfall model and the agile model,
Mhm.
so I believe these are only just working working methods, and there is nothing else there, right?
Yeah. I mean, see, theory wise, there are a lot of things. People are creating the, courses on that. You will find theory wise so much thing, but they are nothing but just a working pattern, right? So once you are a part of agile team, it's more like, uh, working agile. Okay. It's not like learning agile, or, a learning theory of agile methodology. It's more like how you should work in an agile way, so that you will be able to, do the things parallelly, and you will be able to deliver the result. Okay.
Okay, okay, thanks.
Yeah. Hi, do we get weekly task and assignment? Also, I want to confirm that, do we get a recorded session? Yes, Vinita, you will be able to get the weekly assignment task for sure. And a recording session you will be able to get for sure, definitely. We are recording each and every session, so you will be able to get it. And let me do one more thing. I want to understand my audience also, the people who have joined now. Um, Let me see how I can open one poll from here. Mm-mm-mm. So basically, I need to understand how many of you are, already having some experience and how many of you are freshers. Okay, so I want to understand that. Okay, I'm not able to see the poll or something. Yeah, polls or quizzes. Let me create one poll. Um, Let me write in this way. Experience here. So choice one is either you are fresher or you are experienced people. Okay. Now let me know if I'm going to launch this poll, and please everyone give the answer of this particular question. Um, okay, I have launched the poll. Please start answering it. Okay. I can see only 13 people have replied out of 17. If anyone is remaining, please reply to that question. Okay, I can see freshers are only, 4 and experience are 9. 10 is now the ratio. Okay. All right. So it's 4 by 10. Fine. Cool. I got the idea. Now, uh, let me know how many of you are, you can write it in chat box as well. If someone is asking for my LinkedIn profile, I can share that. You can, actually go from your dashboard also, you can get my profile if anyone want to see that. Okay. Um, Now, yeah, so let me know one more thing in the chat box itself. If you have the experience, what is your experience range? Okay. Uh, just type your number of years, and those who are freshers, you write 0. Okay. I mean, if you are still in college or somewhere else. Okay. Okay. I can see numbers are coming 5 years, 1.5 year, 2 years, 0 year, 8 years, 3.5 years, 7 years, 0 final year, 4.5, 5 plus years. Okay. Also, can you please mention your, I mean, the domain in which you are working? Let's say I mean, your role basically. I'm working as a data scientist, right? So you can just mention your role as well. Diff industry, fin crime analyst. Okay. What is your role, Abhishek? Um, Someone has written data scientist and his profile is user. Software developer, technical support engineer, business development manager. Okay. IT and digital marketing. Okay. Abhishek, I'm asking your role. So is this your role, investigation of financial crime cases? I believe that should not be the role. Okay, that is the role. Okay. Spend and product analyst. Okay. I have work experience, but it is not in the data field. It is in another area of engineering. So zero experience, otherwise 3 years experience, industrial automation engineer. Okay, okay. That's fine. Not a problem. Okay. Cool. I got some idea how the people are, in our batch, and accordingly. So I asked this question so that I can plan my sessions accordingly, and you will be able to learn, and I will be able to give you the maximum benefit from my session. Okay. Any more questions, anyone? Do you have any question? For the next class, when you are gonna come, you have to do certain things. So that I'm gonna talk about now what you have to do. See, if you are using Windows machine, so you just install this, some of the either in Windows or Mac or anything. You have to install some of the tools. So one is this Tableau. You have to install in your system. So Tableau public, which is a free one, you have to install this. Okay, remember this. You need to search Tableau public. Tableau public download. Okay, you can go here, Tableau public website. Mm, mm, mm. And you need to basically do the sign up and then sign in, and then you have to install this particular software. Okay, this software is required. Apart from this, you also see, if you are using the Windows machine, in the Windows, you can directly search the Power BI, and you will be able to download it. But if you are using the Mac, by default Power BI doesn't come with the Mac, so you have to do little bit tweak, which I will be showing once I will start teaching that. But if you have the Windows, you can download that Power BI as well. And also, tool wise, you need something called as MySQL Workbench. Okay, so you can install this MySQL Workbench in your system. You can go to this website, MySQL Workbench, uh, download. Yes, so it's gonna open this page, and I'm using Mac OS, so I can select this operating system as Mac OS. If you are using some different system, Windows or let's say Linux system, it is your this website is gonna identify your system automatically. Just to check, this is selected your as your proper OS, and then you have to download this file. Okay, the first file, and then you have to do the installation process. Um, Apart from these tools, what else is required? Power BI is already I have shown you. Power BI is like, if you are using the Windows, it's fine. You will be directly able to download it from your Microsoft Store. But if you are using Mac, I'm gonna show you the process. It's little bit different. Um, these 3 tools, and then you also need to install one more thing called as VS Code. Okay, those who are working in engineering, or I mean doing the development, they know this tool. So you can go to search this VS Code download and then download this thing. Okay, based upon your system, Windows or Linux or Mac, you can download this tool as well. All right. So these 4 tools are required. I want to learn evolving industry expectation from BA in 2026. Yes, Satish, see, this is going to be a ongoing process, okay? It's not like you only want to learn evolving industry expectation. Since I am the instructor of this particular course, even I am gonna, look to those, changes into the industry, and the same thing I'm gonna reflect it inside this course. So, whatever changes will be happening, whatever industry will be expecting, whatever projects will be coming into my organization, or my colleagues organization, on internet also I will be searching, and the same thing I will be reflecting over here in our course, so that you will be up to date with the actual industry requirement for the BE position. Okay, so that is how my entire thinking right now for this particular course. OnePlus is saying, yeah, yeah, thank you Satish. OnePlus is saying मैंने अभी स्टार्ट किया है, बिजनेस एनालिस्ट में करियर बनाना चाहती हूँ. Yes, I mean we are here to make the career itself only. So yes, like once you learn these things and just start applying for the jobs, we are gonna do the hand holding support for it as well. And yes, you will be able to, build the career. There is no doubt. Just change your display name, by the way. I'm calling you OnePlus, but please change from the next time, okay? Cool. Anyone, any questions? Any doubts? Um, okay, by the way, all the things which I have taught you, I have also, saved this as a PDF or as a PPT, so you don't have to take a note of it. I will be, sharing this after the class. So let me show you those PDFs which I have already prepared. After the class, you can go through this, okay? You will get the whole bird eye overview. Which is available over here. So you see, we started with this. Here, who is business analyst? A BA translate business ambiguity into structured clarity. Everything is covered over here. Why BAs are critical in modern organization. Core responsibility of business analyst. Right? This is one PDF. Then we have another PDF of this. Difference between BA and data, and why people are basically confused between these roles. I have answered that question, right? So all these things, all these materials I will be giving to you. And then we have the overview of business analyst workflow. This is what they do. Okay, I have written the step-by-step procedure as well: requirement gathering, data analysis, insight generation, recommendation, and decision support. This is what the flow is. So this entire PDF I will be sharing with you after the class, okay? How to install Power BI in Mac OS, and my Mac version is 12.76. Pradeep Sarkar, yes, this is little bit challenging part. Even I'm using Mac, but don't worry, you don't have to worry about Power BI as of now. If you have the, or like for everyone, if you have the Windows one, you can install it, but for Mac, it's going to be a little bit trickier. So I will be showing you that. Okay. Uh, it will be a little trickier. I have tried multiple ways, Pradeep. And one of the ways like you can use this parallel desktop. Okay. Parallel desktop is like it comes with 14 days free trial. It's a paid software actually. Now, with the help of this, you can run Power BI inside the Mac OS. Okay. So you can try that. The software name is this one, Parallel Desktop. Okay. Parallel Desktop. This one. You can go over here and you see the price is 5849, but they will give you the 14-day free trial, and in which you can run the Power BI software. This is one way. I will show you another way as well, but just wait for the class. Right now you can use this particular thing. Okay. Yeah. All right. Any more questions, anyone? Okay. If no questions is there, fine. All right. So one last thing, like, how did you like? I mean, did you like the session? How was it? Just need your feedback so that next time if I'm doing something wrong, I can iterate. I mean, I can improve, not iterate the same question, same mistake. So just give me your feedback. Let me know. Okay. People are saying nice, excited, like the session, great session, cool. If you have like, if you notice if I was, going somewhere wrong, or, if I need to explain something, let me know. I will improve on that definitely. Okay. All right. I think we can conclude our session, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Whatever things I've shown you on the Euron platform, be it be, your resume, be it be your internship portal, check out those things. Those are freely available to you. So, take the, efforts and then just go create your resumes, everything, whatever you can do, and, start learning these things and start, you know, basically applying for the jobs. I will see you in the next one. Okay. Next session, next Saturday, we will have. All right. Thank you.